are you? As you can tell, I've been drinking, Vernon's been drinking, our friends have been drinking. Also, we've been eating a lot of really good steak. And today we're also gonna see how many different truffle things we can find in San Miniato at their annual White Truffle Festival. I'm very surprised I said that without stuttering because this is like 2.5 bottles in.
All right, so Maryana got me a surprise. Just meat. Just porchetta. Look at that.
With truffle.
With truffle.
Always.
Oh, there's truffle. There's a ton of herbs in this too. It's cold, but I don't mind it. Normally I like this kind of stuff heated up, but the herbs, the smokiness, everything. Usually this is inside of a sandwich, but we didn't want to get filled up on bread because we wanted to be able to try as much of this stuff as we can when we look around here. So
yeah, we don't need empty calories from bread.
That's true. We're getting straight to the important parts. This is amazing.
So I think here we have wild boar, cingale, of course with truffle and some toasted Tuscan bread. It smells very like gamey, very meaty. Ooh. Ooh. There's still like little pieces, it's very earthy. Don't burn your mouth.
You know what it's like? It's like eating just the ragu from spaghetti sauce.
Kinda, but with the bread.
It kind of tastes like either pate or like potted meat, if you've ever had that before. But definitely more closer to pate, like pork pate. It's so good. And pecorino. I'm gonna get this for you.
Grazie. So Vernon didn't want to take the bullet for this one. This is gorgonzola with truffle, and Vernon is way too close with the camera. My friend thinks Vernon will like it. I don't know. It's very, it's salty. It's very perfumey. It's almost like on the sides of your tongue. It pinches the sides of your tongue. It's very like acidic, but the truffle with the perfume really comes through and like it just really hits you. Yeah, Vernon. It's a 50-50 for Vernon. Vernon didn't even introduce the cheese, he just started eating it.
Wow. It's very smooth.
The struggle of a YouTuber.
But the only thing that's not smooth is the truffle. That just slaps you right in the face.
How would you describe the aroma of a truffle out of somebody that never had it?
Truffle is like, to me it tastes like garlic. It just tastes like a really, really pungent garlic. White truffle is a lot more bold, I think, than black truffle. And so everything here just kind of, it can sometimes get overwhelmed with the truffle flavor, but I think it's delicious.
Assaggiare del lardo tartufo? Oh, grazie. I feel like this festival is all about the foods that Vernon doesn't like because they put truffle literally in everything here. So now we have lard. You heard me right, the wine. Lard with truffle. Ooh. First of all, I love lard. It's very salty, very perfumey. Just melts in your mouth, but the truffle adds like a little bit of bouginess to it. I'm probably gonna get like half a kilo to take home with us. It's probably better on some fresh bread, let's be honest, than versus on a stick. The lard was good, or as my friends call it, the strawberry gelato with chocolate chips for adults, right?
Honestly, it does look like gelato.
Did you just eat it?
Yeah, I couldn't wait. It's like eating gold. It's so good. It's like, it's not sweet, but it feels just a little salty. I don't know, this thing, I feel like this olive oil works on everything. So one of the really cool things that we found are these tortelloni, which I've never heard of before. I've never seen this kind of pasta. They're like these massive raviolis. If you take a look at these, they're huge. We're obviously not going to be trying these tonight, but if you follow us on social media, we're going to be trying these very, very soon. Now it said that they had truffles on them, so I'm
Oh yeah, there's truffle.
expecting it.
It's just the first thing that hits your tongue is the truffle power. So sometimes you'll get these arrosticini, and because the meat is so small, it can be very chewy or hard or old. Let's be honest, it's not always good. This one is pretty good. That one has a little bit of cartilage, but it has so much truffle in between that honestly it really overpowers the lamb. Because the truffle is just so strong, it's so potent. I'm honestly surprised some dogs aren't coming after me right now. These are so good. I'm not even hungry, but these are delicious.
So one of the things I try to pride myself on is being a little bit of an expert on these kinds of things, because every single time we go to a festival of some kind, we always end up getting these. They're just like the staple. We never have gone to a festival where we didn't see these. But I've never seen them with truffle, and holy smokes, Maryana was right.
Right?
There is a ton of truffle here. Salty, fatty, but also crispy from the charcoal. These are the best things to have in the wintertime. Okay, so this is the last thing we're gonna eat before dinner. I'm already having difficulty moving around. I'm so glad this is outside, because I definitely wouldn't leave the house if we were eating like this inside. This is super, super heavy. Get a close-up of this. So there's like this chocolate on top with powdered sugar, and then it's like a very, very heavy donut. I think I watched the guy put the stuff inside of it.
I don't know how the truffle's gonna vibe with that.
I'm not getting any truffle so far. I'll keep going. Keep going until it's empty. Oh. Okay.
You got the truffle?
There's truffle and chocolate.
Is it weird?
That's the weirdest truffle combination we've eaten so far. I'm gonna keep going.
Can I have some? Damn.
It's subtle though. The truffle is not overwhelming. Oh, look at all the sugar. Now I'm dying. I'm dying of truffle overdose.
R.I.P. our guts today.
R.I.P. the bathroom at the hotel.
I don't think I've ever had truffle with chocolate. Oh, it is subtle. It's the aroma that hits you after. But you know what's crazy? This donut's actually warm.
What's crazy is that most people, when they think of truffles, they think of chocolates. Right, in the U.S., a lot of times you buy truffles and they're really just pieces of chocolate. And this is truffle and chocolate.
I just feel the diabetes slowly settling in. Just going through my veins.
This is probably the worst thing to eat before dinner.
If you're on a diet and watching this, I'm sorry. But this is Italy. I mean, Italians know good food. And we're eating really good food here in Tuscany today. We know how much Vernon loves beer.
It's pretty clean. I like it. It's a video. It's good? See, yeah.
You gotta say it's good.
It's really good. Thank you.
I feel like there's pressure now because the guy over there is watching us. He gave us 2 beers to try. So we have the amber one and we have the blonde one. Oh my God. Honestly, after all that truffle, after all the arrosticini, after all the donuts, the cheese, the lard, this is super refreshing. Let's try the amber one. This is always a 10 out of 10. Let's try the darker one. This, we'll see. Okay. This doesn't have truffle though. Don't be fooled. Ooh. This is definitely more like, we're not huge beer people, but this is more like a beer. Versus this is more a little smoother. This is nicer. If you don't like beer, you'll still like this.
I'm kind of glad that this doesn't have truffle, because I'm sorry, I was starting to think that everything in this town had truffle, even the water.
I mean, is there ever such a thing as too much truffle?
No.
I love how everyone said no. There's even mortadella with truffle. That's crazy. No, this doesn't say truffle.
I said chingale.
I've been drinking. I'm sorry.
Cut that part out of the video.
No, oh my God, Vern. This is
Sweet,
Vernon's favorite
spicy.
meat.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the big jerky.
Vern, they have one with truffle. You gotta eat it.
A few moments later.
So guess what we're doing again? Yeah, eating. We're gonna try to find more stuff with truffles. I'm pretty sure this is the last of it. Although if the video ends up being twice as long as it is right now, then you know that we're never gonna run out of stuff to eat in this town. One of the crazy things I just noticed about this menu is that if you're getting something like a ravioli with burrata, which is a certain kind of cheese, it's like 24 euro, right? Which is kind of expensive for this type of event, but it's got black truffle on there. If you decided instead to go with white truffle, you're literally doubling the price of 49 euro just for white truffle.
So I'm gonna have 2.
So let's see if it's worth it. I don't know what it is about this region compared to where we live, but when they pour wine, they fill it up.
This is just for me. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I noticed whenever we drive like more south in Italy and you just start getting lower and lower, the wine just keeps getting higher and higher and higher.
Super, super generous.
Also, orange wine. Not a wine a lot of people drink, I think, when they come to Italy. Oh, she was right. It's very aromatic. It's not a, I don't think this is a wine for everybody. I think me, 2 years ago, would not like this wine. But living in Italy now 2 years, va bene.
Okay, so one of the things I want to point out just before we start eating this is that the lady told us that they actually ran out of white truffles this morning, and her boss had to order a new batch of white truffles that cost more than what they originally cost. That makes this 5 euro more than it originally did. So instead of it being 50 euro for a plate of pasta, it's now 55 because of all of this white truffle that they had to pay more for it. So let's see if this is worth it.
And no, this is not a tourist scam. There's literally like no Americans in this town. This is all Italian, so this is just how much white truffle costs because it is much bougier than black truffle. It is sweeter though, I would say. It smells really good. Oh my God, there's a dog. There's a dog in the sweater. Aww. Sorry, what were you saying?
The pasta is good. It's really good. And the truffle this time around is really not that potent. Sometimes when we've had the white truffle here, the pasta becomes, or the food becomes really, really potent and the truffle just kind of smacks you in the face with flavor. This doesn't do that. This actually feels a lot more subtle, which really, really makes the pasta more edible. Because after a few bites of really, really potent truffle, you're really not going to want any more than that. So this is 10 out of 10.
So for the Italians watching this, this is what 6 grams of white truffle looks like. I always love how like they shave it.
By the way, that one little piece was not 6 grams. It's just all of the pasta, all of the truffle shaved on your pasta was 6 grams.
No, I think it's 6 grams. I forgot how much it is per gram, so that's how it gets measured. But the truffle by itself, it's almost kind of like a really like nutty texture. It has like a aftertaste of almost like flowers. But what I love, that's why I love Italian cuisine, is the way they just like take these really great ingredients and they create these just amazing dishes. Oh my God. I feel like I say this a lot, but these are some of the best ravioli I think I've ever had. I'm not even exaggerating. The cheese on the inside, the burrata, it's so creamy, and I think it also has truffle, so there's truffle inside, outside. My God.
A few moments later.
If you were ever wondering if we actually finished the food, we do, because no food gets wasted on this channel.
Not at these prices.
But also, just the taste is amazing, especially with this orange wine. We don't have it often, but we see it on the menu. It's like, yeah, wait, let's give it a try, because all of this is from this region, this area, so. Vernon, you still breathing?
In the US, I remember it's kind of a big deal if you buy something that's local. It's more expensive, it's more difficult to get. But in Italy, I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like it's more difficult to get things that are imported or shipped from somewhere else. The wines from this region are cheaper than the wines that are imported from other countries. So I don't know how they do it, but I love it.
But no French wine, never French.
Yeah, they had it on the menu, but no.
I love how pizza here is €4, right? Truffle pizza, but the spritz is €5. So literally pizza is cheaper than alcohol. Only in Italy. Vern, goodies?
The essentials. We are not night people, we're morning people. We like to get up early and we like to get out early. But one of the really cool things about traveling is that you see stuff like this, which is a sign that advertises this kind of drink special. It says Friday night, drink and focaccia, €7. Starts at 11 p.m. Now, what's interesting about this, I noticed, is that it's in English, not in Italian. So I think they're advertising to foreigners, hey guys, if you come by, we got some nice specials going on. But we're probably asleep by then.
Why do they make the animals so cute?
It's like, here, let's have some Bambi for lunch.
We should get some Bambi for lunch.
I'm ready.
Oh, grazie.
I think I spilled some. You take some to go.
Oh my God.
Wow. So there's the herbs. There's so many herbs inside of it. It's really, really good.
The fat was so good it just started melting in my fingers. Vernon does such a bad job of recording because he's enjoying this and I'm like trying to record my first impressions. And he's just like eating it. I'm just looking at him. It's like, you know, we're here to also record and share what we think, what we're eating. And yes, that was raw sausage. Ooh. So they have over like 300 pigs on 60 hectares. Because I was just asking them about the pigs and about how the pigs live. And let me just tell you, the pigs live very happy. Because I didn't have to chew their meat at all. The fat just goes. Sound effects put in. So it is 9:16. I think this is a new record for us.
A new record or a new low?
New record. I think the last time we drank this early is when we were in Romania and we were drinking beer and I think it was like 9:30 also. So, but this is wine, so it's like triple the percentage of that. So this is healthy though. It's just grape juice. I mean, technically, it is Sunday, so this is Cingale wine. We got some churches, Tuscany. I think the wine's getting to me. Wow. So we just came here to look around, and no bullshit. I just want to show you how nice people in Italy are, the true Italians. Look at the sizes of wine glass we're starting off. Yes, it is 9:21 a.m. We got our very massive, very amazing sandwich. And the lady from the other stall just came by and gave us some of her olive oil. And the color, look at this olive oil. When they say liquid gold, like look at this. She just brought us some olive oil. I mean, we already got some wine. Like this is why I love traveling throughout Italy. Road trips in Italy are our ultimate, best, favorite thing. Also, the wine's not bad, you know what I mean?
Honestly, we actually had a coffee and a croissant this morning, and we thought, oh, that's just gonna be our breakfast. We may get a few more things before we leave. To go home, we had no idea that we were gonna be getting a porchetta sandwich in the morning with a glass of wine.
With some truffle also in there, because you know, it's the truffle festival, but let's do this first bite. We had a sample of just the meat, which was from their pigs, from their farm. Oh my God.
Amazing, isn't it?
Honestly, I don't care what Italians say, this is the best breakfast. This is my favorite breakfast. Everything's local, literally within probably like 10-15 kilometers of this town. The people behind us are the ones that produced it. I mean, does it get any better than this?
How does the wine taste?
Oh man, who's driving home?
Yeah, right? Autopilot. We need one of those Teslas with autopilot.
Elon, where you at? Oh my God. I'm gonna fall asleep after this.
No, you're the one that's driving. Okay, so the bread, a little crispy, which I like. And like the lady was telling us earlier, like she wants you to smell these things right before you eat them because it just adds another layer of flavor.
It's a good thing we didn't bring Atlas with us today, because he would have been hungry all the time.
It's a good thing Atlas doesn't speak English because he would be telling us what to buy and it would be everything. The porchetta, this porchetta that we're eating right now is extra. It's just got a little bit more fat than I'm used to, but the herbs and the spices that are inside of it are just amazing. And I think this is the reason why we had to get the wine, because I think it just pairs properly with the wine.
She asked us if we wanted water, but we're not amateurs. People are gonna think we're alcoholics on YouTube. We're not.
Seriously, because every time the camera's on, we're drinking something.
It's just so good. I mean, you can't come to Italy and not try their amazing wine.
Mine is actually a lot lighter, a lot fruitier. I'm gonna try yours.
Yeah, so this is what Vernon's drinking. This is what I'm drinking.
We wanted to kind of pitch their Instagram, but they don't do Instagram. So we're gonna go ahead and put the name of the farm we're on the bottom of the screen so you guys can see that.
Mine's much more like almost.
Oh, I think I
Yeah.
want yours.
No, screw you.
That one's a lot more like deeper, smokier. I think that actually pairs a lot better with the porchetta sandwich than mine does. But I like mine though. I think it's better in the morning. That's
Try the olive oil.
Oh, the olive oil, right.
Look at
Man,
that
there's
color.
So much of it. It's like almost
She was
like a
very
nuclear
generous.
green. Yeah. Most of the time we've seen olive oil, it's a lot lighter. I don't know if they're putting other stuff inside there, but the stuff in the US doesn't really look this green. Oh. You know what I think? I think that they should have put some of that olive oil on that sandwich. Then we definitely would have passed out in the car because it would have been an amazing breakfast.
Vernon is stocking up on his Sicilian goodies.
Okay.
I don't know about their shipping, but if you go on their website, they do online. You can order online. So here's the name.
Caramelized onions with andouille.
That sounds amazing. This is why we can't diet while we live in Italy. Everything tastes so good.